And what was the point of all this? So the movie would have a reason for Mendez to go into shock and hook up with this guy. Meanwhile, Arquette and the audience finds out the reason not Mendez freaked out earlier.
Our father was a drinker and a mean drunk. When I got old enough, I moved out and I never looked back. My dad got even worse and Jacob took the brunt of it. Finally ran away from home. He was barely 14. The last thing he told me before he left was that he was devoting his life to He Who Walks Behind the Rose.
And that was the day you found out there was no Santa Claus. With the full moon getting ever so closer, Kara's husband starts to feel the effects of being bitten and—
Oh wait, that's the story to a different shitty franchise. My mistake.
This one just has a peeping Tom. When Not Menendez and Arquette go to check it out, they find Dick 1 and Dick 2 in the corn harvester. Oh God, now there'll be no more dicking around. They call the sheriff, and because he found a bottle of alcohol near the harvester, he thinks it was all an accident. Little does he know, his deputy brought that bottle with him. Rather than leaving, Not Menendez decides now is the time to go see her brother. Because family reunions aren't hard enough, why not throw in the emotions of recently finding your friends dead in the mix?
Well, why not throw some awkward romance in there while you're at it?
I care a lot about you. And it wasn't just a one-night stand for me.
I'm sorry, Ty, but that's all it was for me.
Bam! Rejected! Rejected! Boom! Rejected! Bam!
Rather than taking to see her brother, she's taken to see their leader, who is David Carradine? He does eventually let Not Mendez see her brother, who tells her he doesn't want to leave and gives her one of the corn Bibles.
So basically, the house is like Walmart. You go in for one thing and leave with something entirely different that you didn't even want or need.
I was reading the book and it makes a lot of sense, you guys.
Like what?
Basically, it says that children are born into this world free of sin and completely pure. And being raised by adults, well then that's when they become, you know, when they become tainted.
Tainted.
Evil.
After reading the book, she realizes that her brother needs her help.
Oh my God.
Now I'm going to have to take up some adult responsibilities. Meanwhile, after leaving Not Mendez, the rest of the group decides to go back and help her out. While the boys go inside to look for Not Mendez, Eva Mendez takes off.
Presumably, they'll fire her agent.
Not Mendez's brother goes to kill himself and then changes his mind.
I can't.
Jacob, it is the way of he who walks behind the rose.
You said I was free to leave whenever I wanted to.
And you are. But who will you go to in the decaying, wretched world of the outsiders? Your sister that betrayed you?
I'm sure that option is far more preferable than death!
Of course, they can't just let him go without a parting gift. Make sure he gets that punch we give to all the departing guests.
That we have been betrayed by Jacob. We must not disappoint he who walks behind the rose. Who among us will next be 18 years old?
I will.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. You didn't look 17 when you were 17. There's no way I'm gonna buy it when you're 24.
Anyway, she wants to kill herself. I know I may be tainted by this movie for the rest of my life, but the chance to stand in this spot right here was all worth it. Elsewhere, Not Mendez's brother gets the shit kicked out of him. They drag him back where little Redenbacher stabs him. Boy, they really take that family secret recipe stuff seriously, don't they?
Think that's bad? You should see what the Bush family did to the last guy who tried to give away their family recipe.
Little Redenbacher gets distracted by people showing up and leaves someone to finish him off. This allows Not Mendez's brother to escape. Yeah, just what I thought. That was really dumb. And thus, he bled to death anyway. Not Mendez show up with Fred Williams, a warrant, and the fire department to put out the fire. They fail.
And then this happens. I got nothing.
With the sheriff gone, it's time for her to go all into Hamilton on their asses. Or not. The movie comes to a head with Not Mendez's brother telling them about some fertilizer in the storage area, all the protagonists dying except Not Mendez, and Not Mendez throwing little Redenbacher and the fertilizer mixed with gasoline into the fire, which somehow smothers it.
Doesn't matter, it's bullshit. This movie sucks.
The thing is, I can't even tell you why it was bad. It just is. It's like when you eat something you don't like, but you can't put your finger on why you don't like it. You can't figure out if it's too sweet or too salty or too sour or it's the texture. You just know you don't like it. That's this movie in a nutshell. And it shouldn't have been so bad. They went back to formula with He Who Walks Behind the Rows, the children killing the adults, the cult following. So how did they fail?
I guess it's just gonna have to be one of those mysteries that are never solved. I'm Don Perignon, wishing you all a happy and safe Halloween.
Is it over?